How's everybody doing? Good, we are so excited and also kind of nervous to be here with you guys today, but we're really excited to share what we've come up with and share that with you.
We kind of put a lot of blood, sweat, tears, caffeine, pretty much all combined into one hopefully okay presentation for you, and we hope you guys enjoy.
So, we're going to start off with our hashtag. So anything that you like during this presentation, anything that you find that you want to share, please feel free to do so. And we're going to start out right now with a selfie.
Smile, don't blink. Awesome.
And so while she's posting that, not only do we want you to use this hashtag throughout the conference, but we also want you to use it in the upcoming years for anything that you guys do that you feel is preparing your school, yourself, your students, or your district for college, career, and civic life readiness. So don't forget the hashtag, because we want you to use it. We don't want this to just disappear after this week. So,
all right, so let's get started. So first off, we went through and looked at the NTAC network and interviewed and met with specific teachers and kind of asked them why they want to be a facilitator and work with students.
So first up, we have Michael Specchierla, and I know I just totally slaughtered that name, I apologize. And we asked him why he became a teacher, and he said that he genuinely liked children and teens more than most adults, and he wanted to have the influence in those students' lives to help them understand that they can change the future and that they can fix the problems that maybe the current and past generations have had. Then we also asked him what is his most favorite thing about teaching at NTAC Network schools. And he said that the students and staff are constantly innovating and experimenting and trying new things, and sometimes they fail. But when they fail, we get back up and we persist and we try to find out a way to do it, and he loves it. It makes him feel alive, he said.
So next we interviewed Rachel Trowbridge. She's an awesome teacher. She's been teaching for 17 years, and she actually teaches elementary school kids. And kind of reading her story and talking to her, one of the things she loves is she teaches in a poverty-stricken area. And a lot of people tell her, you know, you're wasting your time, these kids won't amount to anything, you're wasting your time, go teach somewhere else. And she loves being able to bring NTAC Network in there and be able to push these kids and have these kids find that love for education. And you know, one of the things she says is, quote, there's no better feeling than having parents on the last day of school give you a hug and a heartfelt thank you for helping their children.
So we've introduced some of you and who you are, and we've done individual set shout outs. And so we're now, I'm sure, wondering who we are.
So without further ado,
my name is Maurie Cunningham, and I'm here today because I, like you, want to be a teacher. And perhaps teacher isn't the right word. I want to be a NTAC facilitator like you. Not only that, but I would also love to be a part of the National Board of Education and achieve a position on that to not only help NTAC Network, but to help all schools and all students progress further in preparing for the future and having that potential to change the world. And you guys can follow me on Twitter at MaurieMC.
My name is Heidi Schwicht. I know it's a horrible last name. Don't ask me how to pronounce it. It won't work. I, like Maurie, want to change the world and like you guys, but I don't have the patience to be a teacher. I'd kill someone. Jail's not for me. It won't work. So I would like to get my real estate license and my master's in business, and then take it and start my own real estate company and work specifically with those that are in poverty areas and veteran families who are struggling and trying to get them into homes.
So now we've done individual shout outs, we've introduced ourselves, and so we want to broaden that. So we're going to introduce some of you guys. So if there is anyone here who it is your first year teaching, or it is your first year here at NTAC Network, we want you to please stand up. we applaud you guys on your dedication to making a difference and wanting to be a teacher, because students need it.
All you other teachers are like, we know what you're getting into. You're done.
Good luck.
Now we'd like to have all the teachers and directors and facilitators that haven't had a graduating class yet, please stand up. Just be prepared to cry. It's going to happen. I think our teachers were like, I don't want to say wimps, but there was definitely tears flowing on graduation
Just
day.
know that we are here, and that the people who were sitting are here for moral support, and that they've done it and they survived, so you're okay. And finally, we would like to ask all of our Compass Academy facilitators and staff to please stand.
These guys are a unique and amazing group because they had to put up with us for 4 years while we all built this school, and it was crazy and emotional, and I can't even imagine what they've gone through and how they're still wanting to teach after that. So we appreciate your efforts you put into this.
So we think that all of you teachers, all of you facilitators, all of you staff that are here are amazing. You guys have amazing potential. You are so determined and so positive, and you work so hard to help your students make a difference. And you have that power to help those students realize their potential and find their dreams and their successes and realize that they can succeed at life. And you guys are ultimately the ones changing the world.
So with that, we want to take this opportunity to see what we can do to help you guys get ready for that. And like we said, caffeine was involved and lots of tired nights at 3 in the morning. We came up with a brilliant idea. It was those aha moments that
huge.
only come at 3 in the morning with Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
So with that, we're going to introduce this genius idea, which is
think about it here for a second. You know, you've all been through high school. It was great. You loved it. We know. But it is like Project Rollout, and we're going to kind of explain how we realized this and how we came across it.
So we've set up our presentation today exactly how we would set up a Project Rollout. So, of course, we're going to start with our nose.
So the nose is the basic curriculum, you know, the boring nitty-gritty stuff that you have to teach because they make you, and you know, you're paid to do it, or that's what they tell you. It's the state requirement stuff.
And sadly, it's the thing you got a degree in. Sorry, it's the truth.
But then we got to move on to the need to knows. This is what makes NTAC Network unique.
This is the things that we get graded on all the time, and it includes knowledge and thinking, growth and ownership, oral communication, collaboration, written communication, which basically translate into life skills. I mean, obviously they're important. We get graded on them, so we should learn them, right?
We need to know.
And then we move into our next steps, which is basically translating into deciding for ourselves of whether we go to college, whether we start a career, and how we fit into our civic life and our civic duties.
Have a time.
Okay, we're back. So the next step is after you do the project and after you create your next steps and it's finished, we move into critical friends.
So, you know, the I likes, the I wonders, and that's really what we're here with you guys today to talk about is what we've liked that NTAC facilitators have done so far and what we wonder we can do better on, how we can improve preparing these students for the future.
So we're going to start out with I likes, and these are obviously the things that have proven successful. These are the things that have worked time and time again, and we know are going to benefit the students, and so we should continue doing them. So these are a few of the ones that we think are the crucial I likes.
First thing we thought of was project-based learning. What a great idea, and what a great program we have at NewTech Network. Being able to take the time to learn real-world things like problem solving, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration, and being able to take these and use them and implement them in college and in our futures.
So we thought project-based learning was such a great thing that we wanted to highlight a few of the projects that we thought really hit on some of these key things. So the first one is the Service Learning Project, which Stephanie Rothstein from Los Gatos High School sent us. Basically, this is a very lengthy project. They start out and they find a service that they want to do and a need in the community, and they start out and they write a research paper, they do interviews, they do research, they conduct research and go through all of these different steps. They have to read a book, and ultimately they combine all of that stuff and make a service project. And then after that, they create a documentary. So like I said, it's a lengthy project. But it teaches these students how to get involved with the community. It teaches them how to think outside the box and how to help somebody out and really use their agency to benefit their civic life community and use those civic life duties. So we'll move on to Heidi's.
So the next one we want to talk about is the Merrill Cart Project. And this one got highlighted on NewTech Network, and it was an awesome project. I loved reading about it. There's a video on there. Please go watch it. It's amazing. It's actually Meridian Early College High School went out to the community and for their geodesign class actually worked with Merrill Technologies in designing a cart that would be able to transport some of their items from one cargo bin to the other throughout the facility of the building. And this took them the whole year, and they had to learn the formulas for it and got excited and had to try things and had to fail at things and had to try new things. And it was an awesome project, and it showed the importance of what they're doing and the importance of the education they're receiving.
So our next highlight is how we use responsibility. And we think that in the NewTech Network, the definition of responsibility can be summed up in ECHO.
So throughout ECHO, we've got things like our grades and our discussions and events and being able to use these tools to help prepare students for what it's like in college and preparing them for what it's like in the real world, being able to have your resources online and go through and have to Google and search and find all the different sources. Through it, having to learn that you can't just miss a day of work and it'll be okay. This eliminates the dog ate my homework excuse. And it allows you to be able to learn and educate yourself through online technology.
And then we have teamwork and communication, which is something that we think is so key. In this digital age, you're not really sure if you are working with somebody or if you're communicating with somebody or if you can even do that. But in the NewTech Network, we know that we have the program to teach these students how to use communication and how to use teamwork together perfectly. We can teach the students how to communicate through email and also through speaking skills and being able to present themselves and work together as a team to put together a finished product that will be professional or fun or exciting or engaging, but they have that tool that they can do by working and communicating.
So the next thing we want to talk about is the once-in-a-lifetime opportunities we get as students in NewTech Network. Being able to be involved in the community and not just sit in a classroom all day. I mean, in normal high school, you have like 1, maybe 2 field trips. And through NewTech, it's every new project is a different field trip or a different adventure. And that's what it is adventures and being able to experience things in a safe environment and being able to fail without having to fail in the real world yet and learning the importance of failure in progressing.
And also with these opportunities, we create something and these experiences for these students to have that not only affects them during their high school years, they can use these experiences for much more. You can use them for college applications and scholarships and job applications and resumes and all sorts of different things that translate beyond the classroom and that can be so beneficial to these students. And then we have our golden rule, and this is NewTech's motto, and if you aren't using it, you should, because we think that these 3 simple words can fit into almost anything you do. If you think about it, and you're standing there and you're saying, well, am I being trustworthy? Am I being respectful? Am I being responsible? Anything can fit into that. And you can use those to your benefit.
And it's a total guild tool. I mean, I remember our principals had to say it so many times, are you being trustworthy? Are you being respectful, responsible? And most of the time we're like, no, probably not. but it's a good balance for us. The next thing we want to talk about is where we've been and what we've achieved as a school. This was 2015's statistics throughout NTAC High, and it's amazing, and it's great, and we love it, and we're so proud of how far we've come as a NTAC network.
But we can't just stop there. We know that to reach success, we can't just stop and expect to have that same success. We have to keep trying, we have to keep pushing, we have to keep going, and we have to keep exploring new options that will give us more results and better results than what we could have ever dreamed. So with that, we're going to move into I Wonders.
So through the I Wonders, we kind of talked to different teachers and got different things, and we came down to this. The I Wonders are we teaching students agency, self-reliance, self-respect, self-motivation, self-discipline, time management, study skills, planning, goal setting, and accountability.
And not only this, are we teaching these students that these are important skills that are going to translate beyond the classroom? Are we teaching them that, this is something that is going to be beneficial to you because maybe you're not going to remember that history lesson that you got taught, but you are going to remember that, hey, they taught me how to study, and hey, they taught me how to be self-reliant and self-motivated. They taught me how to make goals, and guess what? They taught me how to succeed.
So we kind of split self-reliance into 3 different categories throughout it, and we felt these are the 3 key ones you can measure your students on. First one is learn. How do we learn self-discipline? The next one is teach, and it's how do we teach self-respect? And the last one is grow, and it's how do we grow self-motivation? And we went through these, and we feel like these are the 3 key ones you got to focus on with your students specifically. So then we created the learning curve, and I think this was about 5 a.m. at night. Or in the morning, I guess, by then. We'd hit this one, and it was the aha moment here. And we put it in a high school category, but it really can use for elementary or junior high. But the first year of a new tech school, and we use freshman year, students need to be guided. They need to be told what to do. It's high school, emotions are everywhere, they don't know what's going on. They need a direct path and know exactly where they're going. And we need to, as teachers, make sure that we're showing them this is how it works, this is what needs to be done, and holding their hand and getting them through that first year because it's already tough as it is. Sophomore year, they need to be prompted, pointed in the right direction, that's where you go, enjoy, good luck, call us if you fall. We need to be able to have them learn it, kind of, guide them a little bit, get them a little bit there, but allow them the responsibility of it.
Then they become juniors, and juniors know the drill. All they have is just questions. So we need to make sure that we are supporting those questions. We need to make sure that we are telling them, hey, guess what? You got this, and you can do this, and don't worry, we're here for you if you need us. And we can give them that opportunity to be supported, but also to have a little bit of independence. And then come the seniors, and they know the program and the drill inside out, backwards, upside down, and in gibberish. However, we also need to make sure that we are giving them the independence to take an idea and run with it. So you say, here's your project, go. And you can be able to tell them that, you know what, you can do it, and you don't need us anymore because you're ready for it. And that's what we need to get our seniors up to. That is the standard that we need to measure them up to.
So then, you graduate college, or high school, and you're kind of figuring out what. You filled out FAFSA, and you're trying to fill out college applications, job applications, and you feel like the end of the world is coming, and at that moment, it is the end of the world. We reached that end of the world. And normal teachers would, okay, go to, FAFSA.org, I don't know, .gov or something, and fill out this, or go to this website and maybe look at scholarships. And what we expect from new tech facilitators is not what a normal teacher would do. We expect you to be right there in the action. We expect you to have candy in your drawer ready to give us as we're crying, trying to figure out how the IRS has to do with college, and it's crazy. And we need you right there showing us this is a scholarship opportunity you need to take advantage of. This is this opportunity for you. And being able to be there, right there, cheering them on the entire time.
And not only that, as the first campus graduates and the class of campus graduates, we know that it's not only the students that have a breakdown. We've seen it. It's not pretty. But we also need to make sure that we are listening to the students and saying, hey, guess what? I heard about this program. And guess what? I heard about this opportunity, and we need to make sure that we're listening to the students and making sure that we can help them pursue those opportunities as well. Which leads us into college career readiness course.
So, by the time we'd like to push this program a little more because we think it's amazing. We want freshman year, you're starting off, we want you already halfway there by the time you're a sophomore in high school. So by the time you're a senior in high school, you've got 4 college applications lined up, you're sitting happy, you can do whatever you want, you got scholarship money out the wazoo, and you're free to kind of be able to choose a little bit, and making sure that NTAC network students aren't stuck with one option, that they've got choices and they can pursue anything they want.
Now, some of the NTAC schools here have already implemented the college career readiness course, and they have it in their freshman classes. And from what I've heard from some of those facilitators is this program is amazing, and we're a little jealous that we didn't have it. But this teaches them something that is more than just, hey, here's your college application, here's your scholarship application, go fill out FAFSA.
Good luck.
It is something that is teaching them skills that will be beneficial not only for that time period, but throughout the rest of their life. It teaches them skills of how to get a job and a little bit of financial preparation, how to live on your own and how to succeed in class and how to learn skills and pick a major, and the list goes on and on. But it's something that is there and ready and set up to teach them more than just, hey, you're going to college, here you go. It's to teach them how to succeed in life.
So on the 38th hour of research, no sleep, all day, all night, caffeine the only thing in our systems now, we found the NAVIANCE program, and it's one we really liked, and we recommend you guys go look at. What it is it works with the district leaders, it works with the principals, with the parents, and with the students, and kind of gets them in the right direction, and they take tests and they learn, and maybe someone decides they want to be an astronaut their freshman year of high school. Okay, this program helps you, what's it going to take for you to be an astronaut? And by junior year, they want to be an architect, and things have changed, and they're a different person now, and so they want to be an architect, and it's great. What's it going to take for you to become an architect? What college should you go to? What classes should you be taking? How do you know if this is what you want to do? Let's get you prepared for it.
And not only that, but it helps them see what their potential and their options are. So like Heidi said, if you want to be an architect, it says, well, here are the top schools for being an architect, and here's the top cheapest schools for being an architect. And these are the scholarships that fit you, and these are things that you can do and apply for. And so it is something that is personalized to them to help them succeed. So we've been talking a lot about what Heidi and I have noticed and what we have been wondering and what we like. And we've also reached out to in some points, but we also wanted to get some I wonders from the students and facilitators. So we reached out to several NTAC high schools and talked to the facilitators and students and asked them what we could do and what we could say that would more prepare us for the future. So we'll start out with the I wonders from students.
So the first I wonder students had were internships. And wanting to make sure that they had every opportunity they could to learn and experience life in a safe environment. Being able to say, I want to be a dentist and go intern at a dentist office and say, teeth aren't for me, I don't like bad breath. And being able to try something different and learning and experiencing life before they have to make decisions on life. The second one was community involvement. They felt like there were a lot of opportunities that have been missed throughout their years of high school and their continuous years, going through and saying, why aren't we involved in whatever community events going on, or why aren't we bringing the community involved in this, and taking off every opportunity we can to make sure that the community is a part of what our school is doing.
They also wanted opportunities for feedback, and they obviously know that critical friends is the big thing and it's very important, but they also want more of it. They want to understand that, hey, I'm going to get critical friended, and later in life I'm going to fall on my face, but I need to know how to get back up and overcome that weakness that I had and make it a strength. And one of the biggest things that they all said was financial preparation, which is something that, isn't always taught a lot at school, and people don't think that it should be taught a lot, but this is something that the students want. They want to learn how to be able to apply for loans and file taxes and do credit and debit, and what all of those things mean. And that is something that is crucial in life. It's something that you're always doing, and it's something that they've asked for.
So then we went to facilitators and we asked them, and they were more than happy to give us feedback on what they could do better and what they felt were big things. First one, they said, practice more before applying. They wanted to make sure that teachers were making sure that the important things were put in their mind before they just go out and put in a project. That math teachers were making sure that they had the equations down and understood before they're trying to put them into projects. And English teachers making sure students know how to recognize other people's works without plagiarizing it, without even knowing it, or making sure they understand both sides of arguments. The second one was they wanted to introduce a college career and readiness program into the NTAC schools. They felt like this would be an opportunity for students to have something to work towards. And they felt like if a student had a goal, they wanted to be an astronaut, they would be more motivated to put forth the effort in school if they had something they wanted to achieve with it.
And not everybody can just do the college careers readiness program. It's not a one-size-fits-all. So I mean, if that's not your thing, then there's different options. I mean, we gave you one, which was NAVIANCE, and there's several different things that you can try and several things that you can do. So it's not just one program that you have to do. And they also said that they wanted the students to have more accountability. I mean, they come into elementary school, for example, and you hold their hand, you guide them, you tell them this is how you do this, and you kind of teach them and work with them along and help them along. And then they go into junior high, middle school, and high school, and they have a bit more responsibility. They're in charge of their homework, they're in charge of getting from class to class, they're in charge of having that responsibility and those extra responsibilities and being accountable for those things. But then they go into high school and it is no reminders, and you have homework, and you may not have classes all day, and it's a big jump into reality. And teachers said that they wanted to help their students prepare them more for that accountability by helping them realize that late assignments aren't always okay, and you need to really study for tests and things like that.
So now what we'd like to do is have you guys get out your phones. It's something, you know, all teachers wish they could say to their students. We get to say it to you. And go to this website called kahoot.it. So we'll kind of go through and explain what the Kahoot did and what it would, you know, if it worked. What is it's the opportunity to look at what you're doing as a teacher, what your students are picking up from you, and what you think you can improve on. Because really there's no one answer fits all in this situation. You're all good at something and not so good at something else, and it's going to be different for every one of you. So through those questions, you can go on and we'll post the website and show you how to get on there. But it has hashtags on there to link you. So the example I always use is, do you think outside the box, or do you have your students think outside the box? And if you say, yes, that's what I do great on, I push my students, they don't even get near the box, I just push them away, then you post how you do it. Or if, you know, if you're one that's like, I like the box, it's comfortable, it fits me right, and that's something you want to work on, post on there too. We want to make sure that this is a network and that we're helping each other through the network.
So those results are posted on our website, like Heidi said, but we also have a lot more things on our website. We have more of those teacher shout-outs of teachers, why they became a teacher, what they love about NTAC, that are also on there. We also have our contact information, so you can reach out to us and ask us questions and you know, comment, give us feedback, questions, whatever you guys have. And then we also have
examples.
The programs. Yes, we have examples, but we also have the programs, College Career Readiness and NAVIANCE that we talked about today. So you guys can get on there, do a little bit more research, because I know we didn't spend a lot of time on that today. And then there's one other thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
NAVIANCE.
Okay, so, sorry, that's the Kahoot. Okay, so with that, we are going to lead straight into our call to action, which is on the website as well.
So are you creating goals for your students? One of the greatest ways is making sure that they have something they want to achieve in a project. When they start, what is their end goal? And we talk about that, but really, are we achieving that end goal and holding them to the standard of an end goal? Are we finding areas for improvement there?
Are you able to be motivated? Are you motivating yourself and your students? Are you able to say, you know what, we created this goal and we're going to work to achieve it, because guess what, I know you can do it. And that is something that we need to make sure that we are doing, is we are motivating ourselves and creating the goals that we have and overcoming those weaknesses and turning them into skills. But we also need to make sure that we're doing that for our students as well.
So are we recognizing and celebrating success? And this was a huge one all across the board that we noticed was something we could work on as a NTAC network. When we finish a project, we hurrah, we go home, we sleep, we start the next day, and we roll out the next project. And we miss one of the biggest key steps in a project. It's recognizing what the students have achieved. Having them look back, say, this is where you started, this is how you ended, look what you've done. And that will not only motivate them for the next project, but it helps them build up that confidence in their ability to create great things and helps them realize they can do anything with their mind.
And also as a part of that, our hashtag, like we mentioned before, we want you to use that to shout out to the network, shout out to another school, shout out to your students, and say, hey, look what my students accomplished, or look what I was able to accomplish. And we want to celebrate those successes and reaching those goals and achievements as a network. We want you guys to be able to rely on each other and celebrate with each other and be able to know that, you know what, we're one big happy family and we're going to support each other.
So the last thing we want to talk about is the critical teaching project. What we want to do is we want to take this and kind of take what we've talked about and take the self-evaluation of you guys and use it to see what we can do as NTAC schools to improve each other's teaching. Making sure that we're taking advantage of the opportunity that being a teacher, it's not only to educate students, but to further your education as well. Making sure that you're creating goals and ideas and ambitions for yourself as well, while being able to teach your students.
And we don't want it to just stop there. We don't want it to just be with the people in this room. We want you to take all the feedback and everything that you've heard today, and we want you to share it with the other facilitators, different other schools in your district. We want you to share it with your students even, because this is something that, shouldn't rely just on the teacher's shoulders. This should be something that we're constantly working together on, because it isn't just affecting us. It's affecting the students, and it's affecting the staff, and it's affecting the future students as well, of helping them prepare for college and career and civic life. I know that you guys are going to do so well, and you guys have done so well. You have had so much motivation and positive feedback and so much determination to help these students be prepared for the future and take those challenges head on. And I know that we were sent out a month and a half ago, and we were in really great hands, and we felt very prepared and very ready. And we attribute a lot of that success to our facilitators. And I know that other schools and maybe the next year at Compass Academy, they'll be more prepared than us. And you know what? I'm okay with that, because that means that we did something right. And so we encourage you guys to continue to push forward and think outside that box and push that box away and continue on. And so with that, we're going to leave you with this quote today.
So if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you.
But if you're determined to learn, no one can stop you.
Thank you guys so much.